Is Wolfenstein Youngblood worth the $30 or does it lack good content? Well, let me answer this question right away, and well, it's not good. It's not worth the $30, and if you go for the deluxe edition, it is definitely not worth the extra $10. For the content part, well, it is more or less disappointing, and in this video, I'm going to review the game, why that is, and why it is not worth buying. At least how the game is right now at launch. Maybe it will change in the future, but only time will tell. But guys, there are going to be spoilers of the game, so you have been warned. Just before I start, I'm planning to do more reviews about games, so if you are interested in that, you can subscribe to the channel, but for now, let's get into it. So we start off getting a simple introduction to the two daughters of William J. Blazkowicz, the main character of the other Wolfenstein games. And here you see they are getting trained to fight for themselves, what looks interesting, but story-wise it goes down from here throughout the whole game. The two sisters are just so cringy throughout the game, making it seem like a joke.
You guys are weird.
It doesn't really fit the game's atmosphere at all and messes up with the story building of the game, so it is hard to get attached to the story. But it makes it not interesting and it gets annoying. But when you get control of your character, here comes the real reason what makes the game interesting. The gameplay. The weapons you have and shooting Nazis, that is what makes it fun. Not to sound like a serial killer, but hey, that is what the game is all about. Shooting Nazis. With a lot of cool weapons to choose from to cause mayhem, it's still fun to just go crazy and destroy every enemy with your weapons of mass destruction. Destroying waves of enemies which are explosion weapons is just good fun. The melee execution looks nice, adding more variety of how you're going to take down your enemies, but sadly it's not for all enemies. You're also very mobile with your character, sliding on the ground, double jumping, sliding to the sides. It makes it more fast paced, what I like a lot when games do this. The upgrade system of the game is really simple to understand. You get ability points when you level up, upgrade your abilities with them, but there is not much to choose from. You won't really get much interesting new abilities other than the charge ability, the cloak ability, and the ability to carry heavy weapons. You get silver coins by completing missions, or you can find them throughout the game in chests or just laying on the ground. Upgrade your guns with them, and that is basically the upgrade system broken down. And you can also use pep actions, aka emotes, to give you and your sister bonuses during combat. Some mechanics were pretty annoying and useless, like how to open wooden boxes. You had to charge at them 2 times so you could pick up what's inside, but there wasn't really much you could get from these boxes, what got annoying really fast. The boxes you had to open with certain types of weapons, well, there wasn't really much in them, only some ammo and finding only 1 coin in them most of the time. It was pretty pointless that these boxes even existed. You also have a stealth mechanic to take it slow and take down enemies up close or far away with your throwing knife or axe. But to be honest, who wants to do this? Shoot them with your mass destruction weapons and destroy them that way. We still need to have a good time. So now further from this point, I'm going to go more deeper on why the game is disappointing. So to start from going good to bad, the game still feels good and looks good at times. Seeing your weapons move with the environment and seeing your own body when you look down, fall on the ground, doing actions, you feel you're really playing a character. The environment looks nice and the explosions look really good. But some visuals just look way out of place. Like when you look at the other playable character, it just looks so different from all the enemies, and how you do your own actions like jumping and sliding. It just looks so weird and out of place. Also, when I joined a player online, the character visuals got glitch, where the character got stuck into the animation when they climb a ladder. Looks kind of funny, at least I had some fun laughing at that. Same goes for some enemies' death animations, like when you are charging at an enemy, that will make them explode. Like, why is that? Of course, this game shouldn't be viewed so realistically, but still looks weird, and the death of the first boss didn't really look that good either. This game is played with a general hub area, what already got me like, what is this game trying to be? A little copy of Destiny? But not that copying is a problem. In this day of age, almost everything has been done anyway, so it doesn't really matter. From here, you can accept quest and then go to the map and go to the other areas. There, the level design is nice, but gets boring over time because it seems all areas look the same. Although I found it interesting, you could jump on balconies and enter houses that way. What was really nice, that made the levels seem bigger, but other than that, it looked all the same entering other areas. The sound of the guns really made it more thrilling to shoot your weapons, and that is what I enjoyed. Using the heavy weapons sounded just right. But moving on, I got an issue with Bethesda games. Their audio glitching is always there, and it was linked with using the flashlight if you turn it off. The audio just bugged out, and if you were lucky, it bugged back into normal, but if you didn't, you had to go to the main menu and start your game again to fix it. What means you got moved back to the last checkpoint. And the last checkpoint was basically the start of a new area you have entered. So I was forced not to use the flashlight in the sewers, or else the audio bugged out, what was pretty annoying because you can't really see anything in the sewers. Here's the sound for an example. The soundtrack was not really interesting. I think I didn't even had a thrill from hearing it at all, or even heard it throughout the gunshots and explosions, so it's not really worth mentioning. Now going back to the story, it's just badly designed. The main missions are just side quests you need to do to make it to the next cutscene. And there are 6 main missions in the game, what is just not enough to keep the story interesting. The missions are basically go to the big towers on the map, kill some Nazis along the way, and at the top a robot boss. Defeat it, gather intel, and do this 3 more times and you have completed the game. Although these missions are the most interesting thing you will be doing in the game, the side quests are just a real drag. They are the typical go here, kill that, grab this, save your grandma, you know how it goes, they're boring. There is not much to do in the game when you have completed the main story, only poorly designed side quests like I mentioned before. You will have daily and weekly missions, but this looks like it got copied straight out of Destiny's bounty system, what doesn't really make the game more interesting to keep playing. You will be able to replay main missions, maybe challenge yourself to do it on higher difficulty settings, but it doesn't really add much, you still will be doing the same missions again. If you still want to rank up, you're better off joining a random online player, where there is not much choice who you are going to join and you have no idea where the player is at in the story, but just help him or her out with the main mission or side mission to get some extra XP and silver coins. If you are going for the trophies or achievements, you will need to put some more time into it because most are just a drag, killing lots of enemies in a certain way, what can be very grindy. Now, a little about the microtransactions. You probably were waiting for this one, it's just pathetic. You can use real money to buy suits you can wear, but they all look dull. So it's not worth your real money. Only the cyborg suit looks cool, but yeah, it's locked behind buying the deluxe edition to get the suit, and that will cost an extra $10 and it is not worth it. Same goes for the helmets, they all look identical to each other. Same goes for the weapon skins and the melee weapons. It is just not worth spending your money on. But coming back to the main question, is it worth the $30? Well, I say no to that. It's not worth it. I recommend you to wait it to be on sale or just watch a YouTube walkthrough. The game is not that big. You probably will play this game out in one weekend. So if you want to save some money, watch it on YouTube or let it pass. It's not a real addition to the real Wolfenstein games, so it doesn't really matter if you skip this one. Let me know in the comments what you guys prefer to do. Still buy it, watch it, or just ignore it. If you do get this game, be sure to have a friend with you to go in blind to still have a good time while playing the game, because I did it with a friend and it was still fun even though the game was disappointing. And playing it solo will become very boring really fast with its lack of interesting content to keep you entertained. But that was the review about Wolfenstein Youngblood. If you do enjoy the video and found it helpful, don't forget to smash the like button. And if you want more related content, go subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. But I thank you for watching and I catch you in the next one.